Hello everybody, this is Jennifer back again. It's been a rough couple of days, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really made any videos or anything because it's been just a tiny bit chaotic here actually. Trying to address some of the recommendations that I got from my mental health evaluation has been a bit challenging, to say the least, because I really need help, to, I don't know what to navigate the system, and I don't have anybody help me, and I have to figure out how to navigate the system on my own to get me that person, which has been challenging because everyone that I've talked to about it so far has basically sent me somewhere else, like, oh, we only offer this, which you already tried and that wasn't the case, what they're looking for is probably this, and you need to go over to this, it's just a bit frustrating, to say the least. And then also, I went ahead and I had to go get my windshield fixed on my Jeep. So I got my windshield replaced, and while I was out doing that, to minimize my time of having to go out, I tried to like group all this stuff together in the same day. So it's like I went and they did the thing with my Jeep, got the window replaced, and then I went to my doctor's office to make the appointment, and I went to my therapist office to give them a copy of the psychological report, and then I went to the another office of the company that did the psychological testing for me to find out about getting some of the therapies there, because my one therapist I only see once a month right now, and the other one I was seeing every week, but I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks because she didn't make my appointments, and don't know why. So my other therapist is, put email out to her to see what she could find out, but I won't see her again for another month. So I she said she'll try to fit me in, but she's got a full schedule because she only had me on for once a month, because she's supposed to be transitioning me away from her and more onto the other therapist, but then the other therapist didn't make my appointments. So here we are with that. I don't, it's just, I'm in, never land or whatever right now. I don't know. I'm in a land of, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the next step is. I went to the one office that did my testing to inquire with them about the neurofeedback and the other therapies that were recommended, because in the report it said that I would get a free consultation. So then I go there, and that's when I find out, oh, neurofeedback isn't covered by my insurance. I would have to pay out of pocket, because the insurance will only pay for MDs, and they don't have any MDs. They only have psychologists to do the neurofeedback techniques. And so I go to my PCP and I ask him about it, and he's like totally clueless too. He's like, I don't know anything about, he's like, have you thought about going to see a neuropsychologist? And I was like, well, I don't know. So I hadn't. So he's putting in a referral, but I don't know to who or where I'm supposed to be. I'm just in limbo waiting for somebody to contact me. If somebody contacts me, the one place, they put me on a wait list because they're not accepting any new patients right now for neurofeedback, EMDR, for any of the things that they gave me recommendations on. They're not accepting new patients for at this time. So I have to find those services elsewhere, and the office that I get my therapy from does not provide those services. At least that's my understanding, because my therapist told me that, as soon as how they made the recommendations, I should go to them for those therapies. And I was like, well, okay then. So, but then they're not accepting any new patients. I'm on a wait list, and who knows how long that may be, So, at least I guess I'm on a wait list, right? It's better than nothing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And yeah. So, and then I asked my PCP about, the genetic testing that was also recommended to help me navigate medications better, because right now I am currently unmedicated. You know, I have a lot of, I've tried a couple of different medications, and I've always been afraid of medication anyway, of any sorts. As it is, I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not a medication person. I have a really difficult time even swallowing a pill. I have to drink grapefruit juice to get the pill down. It gets stuck in my throat. It gets, I'll take a drink of water. The pill will still be in my mouth. The water will be, I have so many problems navigating pill swallowing. I don't understand why that is, and why I've had, but since I was a little girl, I've always had a problem. I always wanted to just keep doing the liquid medication, but they wouldn't let me do the liquid medication because after you reach a certain age, no, you need to be able to swallow a pill. Well, so I just, as part of the avoidant thing, I just avoid that whole situation because I have a hard time swallowing pills, and so I don't allow myself to get into any situations where somebody might be prescribing me pills. I've tried taking like nutritional supplements and things like that, but it's like, I can put it in a capsule and sometimes that works, but I have to drink grapefruit juice to get it down, or I can put it in a tea and make a tea, which is a whole lot better. I can drink tea all day long, and that's great. And a lot of pharmaceuticals, they don't want you taking grapefruit juice or eating grapefruits at all because it's a contraindication with the medication, but I need the grapefruit juice to get it down. So that whole thing is. So anyway, so I asked him about the genetic testing, and he's like, oh, well, that's not covered under insurance either. I would have to pay for it out of pocket. Well, I don't really have the money to be able to do that. Not that I even know how much it is. I have no idea how much genetic testing would be, how I would go about doing it. He's like, are you really that averse to just, keep trying? And I'm like, I don't like taking pills anyway. So I told him the same thing, about the whole grapefruit juice pills and all the issues with my throat. It's just, I know it's a retarded thing, but I don't know why, but I have issues with pill swallowing. So not doing any, he didn't offer any other options or whatever right now because, I can't get the genetic testing right now. I don't even know how, how much it is, how now to navigate it, where to find out. If anybody has any information on genetic testing and has the information that, my doctor doesn't have and my therapist didn't have, and, if somebody out there has information on genetic testing for getting the proper medications that will work with my body, for my psychiatric diagnoses, which is listed down below, please put it in the notes and let me, in the comment section or whatever, give me some links or something to, take me somewhere to get some information to help me out so I can figure out, what to do next. So there's that with all, the psychiatric stuff. And yeah, and I've had, some issues also with, I don't know if I'm engaging in impulsiveness or self-care, because, I haven't had any money or anything to do much of anything in a really, really long time. And, I sold my land recently, and that all went through. So that's enabling me to have some funds to do some stuff, and it wasn't a lot of land and it's not a lot of money, but it's a little bit of money to get me through what I'm hoping to get all my stuff, at least to where it's usable and I can, even if, nothing else comes through, at least I know my Jeep will be in order and my camper will be in order, and I'll be able to get down the road without any issues. So that's what I'm dealing with, as far as all that right now. But with that being said, while I've had to go out, for some of these things, I've been, shopping for the camper, things that I want, on the camper, or things for myself. Like I bought myself some new clothes. I haven't had new clothes and, really gone. I mean, I bought myself some new clothes, I guess, a little bit last year when I first left, my ex, and I first came back here to Virginia. My daughter was encouraging me to do a little bit of shopping for myself, but I didn't really have a lot of money, and I just bought a couple things, and I buy things when they're on sale so that I don't have to pay full price, because I don't know, I have a really difficult time paying full price for anything for myself. So I guess that's a lot of that self-worth stuff going on. So it's like, am I worthy enough to buy myself something new, or am I being indulgent, and am I being, oh, I lost the word. It's just disappeared. It's gone. The word is gone. When you like doing things spontaneously, but compulsive behavior or whatever. Not compulsive. That's the wrong word too. Anyway, doing things too quickly without thinking it through, I guess you come up with the word, because my brain just went. So, am I engaging in that, or am I engaging in self-love by getting myself some new clothes and a couple new pair of shoes? I needed new shoes. All I had were old shoes. I had one old pair, and I bought those used, for like $3 from the thrift store, and I've been wearing them for over a year now, the same pair of shoes that I spent $3 on. It's just... So I bought myself a couple of new pair of shoes, and a new pair of sandals, and a pair of tennis shoes, and a pair of rain boots, and a pair of mud shoes to take Scampy out for a walk in the morning, when I can just slip something on and go out the door. So, but they got like the Sherpa. It's not real Sherpa, but it's kind of like Sherpa lined, and they're kind of like those old funky, like plasticky, rubbery, cloggy type shoes, with a little fur insert that you can pull out, but it's not real fur. So my feet can be cozy, so when I'm taking them out for a walk in the morning, I don't have to stop and put on socks and shoes and all this other mess before going out, because it's cold right now and I want to keep my feet warm. So is that, doing too much, or is that self-love? I'm not really sure. I have a hard time with the whole self-love thing, because I'm not sure how much is appropriate, because nobody ever showed me any love. I didn't get to have anything really new when I was growing up, so I don't know. Anyway, you guys tell me. I'm going to end this video, because I'm going to make another video about some of the things I'm doing in the camper, and I'm like, two different things, because I haven't made any videos in a few days, because it's been pretty rough, and I've had extremely high amount of anxiety trying to navigate all this stuff, and I still... I'm not sure about what the next step is exactly. I'm just going to have to go somewhere, I guess, because I have a hard time making phone calls. It's almost easier for me to get in my car and go drive somewhere, even though I have anxiety on the road. I don't know. It's hard to figure out. You would think, sometimes it's easier to call because I don't want to waste the time and the gas to go somewhere, and then at the same time I'm feeling like I need to get out more. I've been locked up for so long, that I almost need to get outside every chance that I can, to try to, normalize being out amongst people, because I can find myself quite easily withdrawing more and more and more. And I know that's not exactly good for me, but it's also hard to ask to be put into, be invited or whatever into situations that, you know, you feel like you should be invited to anyway. You shouldn't have to ask if it's okay for you to come. And I don't know if it's just an understanding that I am going to come, or I should wait to be asked, or, you know, because then if I'm waiting to be asked, then a lot of times I don't get asked. And, you know, how do people know that I want to be asked if I don't, like, ask, hey, are you doing anything? Can I come over? Are you busy? I don't know. Hard to navigate. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. Take it easy, y'all, and, you know, be kind to yourself.